Was it the breath?
No.
Sometimes the halitosis is telling us that
That's a cavity,
something.
right?
No. Halitosis, the number one reason for halitosis is gum disease.
I think it's great to have a doula. You really want to make sure that you have someone who can help you to ask the right questions. If I get to bleeding, what's going to happen next? What are we going to do to make sure I get out of this hospital alive and still have a good experience?
Now more than ever, it is very important that you all out there, that we all listen to Black women. And in this episode, we're gonna be talking about how we can feed our minds, our bodies, and our soul. Hey guys, it's your sister, Jessie Woo, and I'm inviting you to tune into a new season of Listen to Black Women. And I've got my girl next to me, my co-host, Miss L'Oreal.
Absolutely, and of course, we're going to talk a lot about healthcare because we know there's a lot of misinformation when it comes to healthcare and especially when it comes to Black women. So today we will be joined by two amazing women. Dr. Nicole, how are you doing?
I'm good. Thank you guys for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
And we also have Dr. Jarrett.
Yes, thank you so much for having me. Yes.
Now, Dr. Jarrett, you specialize when it comes to dental health care. And Dr. Nicole, you specialize when it comes to OB-GYN.
Yes.
And Dr. Nicole, could you be a little more specific in what you specialize in?
Sure. So I'm a board certified OB-GYN, so I love all things maternal health, fibroids, PCOS. I especially love pregnancy and postpartum. I just had a baby, so I love sharing my experience.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much, and encouraging other people during their pregnancy and postpartum experiences as well.
Now, Dr. Jarrett,
Yes.
can you tell us a little bit more about you and what you specialize in?
Absolutely. I am a general dentist. I specialize in comprehensive cosmetic and implant dentistry. A lot of people don't see it, but dentistry truly is an art form. So we combine, art and science to get our patients healthy.
Now I need a bottom side tooth. Can I come?
I got you, girl.
I'm serious.
You know I got you.
Okay. You take
Absolutely.
insurance?
I do.
Period. Okay, we're
I
gonna get
do.
together after the episode. We're gonna get that side tooth fixed.
Now, me and you, Jessie, we were just talking about this. There's a lot of things on social media that we're seeing, and it gets a little bit carried away, like the advertisements on certain probiotics. Or
Yeah.
I know you've been seeing
Oh,
certain
yeah.
things on TikTok trending,
Yeah.
where it's like vaginal washes, and we know that they're paying for ads for some of these things, but do some of these things actually really, do they work?
And even for you too, like sometimes I see like the different toothpaste, like that promise immediate like whitening,
Yeah.
or like there's charcoal toothpaste.
Yeah.
It's not real charcoal. So like,
The
what do
water picks, all that good stuff. I want to know about it all.
what do you?
I'm not gonna lie, I bought a couple of these.
See, and I can't keep getting got. My man does that too. He's always in TikTok shop. I'm like, no, we need to ask the specialist.
Yeah.
What's real? So
TikTok shop will
yeah.
get you every single time.
It'll get you.
Yes.
Did it get y'all too? Just
It gets me.
I live by the TikTok shop. But I tell people, if you see somebody who's really pushing a product, you have to be a little bit concerned about what they might have to say. So I tell people when it comes to, your vaginal health, all you really need is water, okay? I know people don't like that. You want to spray everything and use everything, but your vagina is a self-cleaning oven. That's what I like to tell people. So you don't need all of these things that people have out there. And usually when they're doing that, they're trying to sell you something. So there's a lot of misinformation out there. And I would just say that make sure you're listening to someone who's a board certified OB-GYN or a midwife or, anything where they have the credentials. They're using evidence-based medicine. They're not just using opinions or something they learned off of TikTok, for your information. I know it's hard to kind of decipher, but when in doubt, just look at the credentials and look if they're trying to sell you something.
Yeah.
But what about, I've been seeing this one thing that is becoming, I feel like it's a trend, boric acid to kill the yeast or whatever that might be going on or imbalance in your body after your periods, or is that something that we should be doing? Because I remember when I heard boric acid from back in the day, it was like,
don't you
put
kill bugs with that?
I think roaches,
No, right?
to be
That sounds
exact.
a little spicy.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
So I will say, if we use, or if your doctor uses boric acid, it's a last result, right? It's the last thing that we do. So there are lots of other treatments we will do. So it is part of our repertoire that we use, but it should not be the first thing that you do when it comes to treating yeast infections. If we have somebody where it's just really resistant to everything that we've tried, then yes, they may offer you that, and that's okay. But that should not be the first thing that you do.
But is it the same thing when we put down for bugs?
Ain't that raid? Didn't they have
Is
that?
it-
It's a little bit different. It's a little bit different. The formulation is a little bit different.
Still
But
scary.
it's very strong. So that's why I said it's the last thing that we will use, that if we have something that's like resistant, you're getting yeast infection on top of yeast infection, you know, we're not quite figuring out what's causing it, then your doctor may offer you that.
Okay.
And what about the schemes that be setting up on TikTok Shop when it comes to our teeth?
Yes.
Yeah, like what are some things that you've
lot of
probably
schemes.
seen on TikTok Shop?
It is so many things out there. I've seen so much. My best advice is to make sure you have a dental provider. Make sure you are seeing a dentist. There's so much out there, but you don't know what to truly believe. Because some of the things that are out there, you can use, right? I'm not a fan of charcoal. Let's talk about that.
So that doesn't work.
Why not?
It's too abrasive.
Okay.
And I'll say, Big Mama got it wrong. Baking soda is too abrasive too.
Really?
Absolutely,
So I
absolutely.
shouldn't be scrubbing my tongue with Oh, wow.
No way.
Yeah, all you need is a tongue scraper.
Okay.
If you are seeing your dentist regularly, 3 basic tools: string floss, not those picks or sticks, because
Those
they
don't
really
work,
don't
right?
work
Yeah.
well, an electric toothbrush, and a tongue scraper.
My boyfriend was telling me I need an electric toothbrush.
Absolutely.
Why?
That's all I
Absolutely.
do, yeah.
Yeah, why? What's the
we
difference?
tend to scrub, right? And
Yes.
it's too harsh. Scrubbing is harsh, so you should be going in short circular motions when you're brushing. But we tend to scrub, and that can wear away enamel. The things that I mentioned, charcoal, baking soda, those things wear away the enamel of the teeth. So if you're seeing your dentist regularly, sometimes for people that's twice a year, some people 3 times a year, it's custom, right? It's custom treatment. If you're seeing your dentist regularly, the way to go at home is those 3 things: a tongue scraper, string floss, and an electric toothbrush.
I'm glad you're saying that and breaking that down, because I feel like mouthwash was a part of a lot of people's routine at one point in time. But now I'm hearing that it's a lot of things wrong with mouthwash. Should we be using mouthwash in these days?
So I educate my patients on those 3 things. If it is not a prescription mouthwash, I don't think you absolutely need it. A lot of mouthwashes do have alcohol, and alcohol is a drying agent. So the spit that everybody's like, ooh, I don't want this spit in my mouth, it helps to protect and coat your teeth. So we want the spit because it's helpful. But if the alcohol is drying the spit, then that's counterproductive. So if you're going to use a mouthwash, we want you to use something that doesn't have alcohol. And we kind of remix this routine, right? We floss first. Then if you want to use a mouthwash, you rinse. Use a tongue scraper in there somewhere, but the last thing you need to do is brush. And after you brush, no eating, drinking, or rinsing for 30 minutes.
Oh, wow. Let me ask you this. I heard too recently that, I just feel embarrassed for not knowing this, but like when you do brush your teeth, you're not supposed to rinse.
Yep, you're not supposed
Why
to rinse
not?
afterwards. So if you go on the toothpaste aisle in the store, just look at the directions on the back. None of them say rinse. It's just what we were told to do growing up,
True,
right?
I never looked at the direction.
But your toothpaste has an active ingredient, whether it's fluoride or nanohydroxyapatite. That active ingredient is what is helping to strengthen your teeth, fight gum disease, fight tooth decay. If you're rinsing that out, then you're stopping the fight. Right? So we want you to keep that in, and we want to make sure you're not rinsing.
That's why I don't have a lower side tooth.
Okay, Jesse.
But we're going to get it for
lost
you.
the fight.
No.
But none of this works for the big teeth.
Wait, what do you mean?
You know what big teeth I'm talking about. The teeth that everybody
The
wants.
Atlanta teeth.
These big, or Columbia teeth. I don't know where they came from, girl, but I want them to go back to where they
And
came
they didn't come from me, okay?
We're going to talk about those veneers and things like
Yeah.
that in a second. I do want us to touch on the fact that there's a lot of things going on with a lot of women dealing with fibroids, especially when it comes to Black women. Could you please explain to us why that may be a situation that targets our community?
So that's a loaded topic. There's so much we can discuss when it comes to fibroids. I've had my own personal experience with fibroids. When I was in medical school, actually, I was having heavy bleeding, bloating, just all the symptoms. And, you know, my biggest fibroid at the time was 16 centimeters, so it was huge. So I looked pregnant. People were congratulating me like, oh, congratulations. And I was not pregnant. We're actually trying. And so, what I want to talk about is number one, when it comes to advocacy. So one thing I want to say with Black women, studies show that they are offered usually the most invasive treatment, right? So if they present to their doctor with fibroids, they're like, hysterectomy, open hysterectomy.
Yes.
And so, that's what I was presented with too. But of course, I'm in medical school at the time. I'm like, well, I can't take all this time off, right? And so I found a doctor who could do, a minimally invasive surgery for me so that I could get the fibroids removed. And now I got 11 kids, right? I got 4 kids now. So I would say in general, fibroids are very common, right? So by the time you're 60 or 70, probably 3/4 of women are going to have fibroids. We do know that it's worse in Black women. They have worse fibroids, bigger fibroids, they have worsening symptoms, and some of it is genetics. Some of it is the environment, like we know, like endocrine disruptors, right? So I know you guys have probably seen the studies where chemical straighteners and perms, there may be an association between that and fibroids.
And stuff like that.
All of that may have an association with fibroids, things that you eat. So I tell people, when it comes to like red meat or soy or things like that, you really have to completely change your diet if you're really trying to, go the natural way when it comes to fibroids. And so there's a lot of things. And then, when we see, well, why are they worse? Well, then you can go back to explicit and implicit bias and racism, right? Because you may present to your doctor and they may be like, oh, it's fine, or, that's normal. But I always tell people to ask or tell your doctor, well, it's not normal for me, right? You may say that's normal, but this is not normal for me. Like you want to find a doctor who believes your symptoms and, is not waiting till your fibroids have progressed to where they're huge. And now you have to have surgery. Your options have been taken from you because you've been dismissed for so long. And so it's a lot that goes into it, right? Part genetics, part environmental, partly it's the system. There's just a lot that goes into why Black women are experiencing fibroids at a higher rate and increased intensity.
Okay, so Dr. Jarrett, I want to ask you, why do you think dental care is so expensive? Because sometimes I wonder, like, even my side tooth thing, right? I just feel like sometimes a lot of things in dentistry are considered like cosmetic, but I think, we need this. So why is it so hard and so expensive to have access to dental care? Why do you think?
This is what I'll say. Preventative dentistry is not expensive. So if you are seeing your dentist regularly, if you are going for your yearly exams, your checkups, that is when we catch things before they get out of hand. So that if you're going that route, then that is the cheapest, inexpensive route to go.
Okay.
Now, the problem is a lot of people wait till something hurts, right? But we try to get our patients to understand that pain is not the only indicator that something is going on. And so, because—
What are some other indicators?
Oh gosh, I can't diagnose medical conditions, but just last week I had a patient in that I could tell she had an autoimmune disease.
Was it the breath?
No.
No, 'cause I was gonna ask you about that too.
Okay, so
I was gonna ask you about that too, doctor. Because sometimes the halitosis is telling us that
that's a
it's
cavity,
something.
right?
No. Halitosis, the number one reason for halitosis is gum disease.
Really?
Right? And it has a distinctive smell.
Okay.
Like I can smell gum disease on someone that as soon as they walk into the office.
I feel like it's
It lights up the whole office, yes. So that, the number one reason for bad breath is gum disease.
So that's why you get those deep cleanings, right? Okay,
Yes.
I get those.
Yes.
Let's go.
Because you got to get down in the gums to get all the bacteria and the gunk out, right? So yeah, I mean, just know that preventative dentistry is super cheap and inexpensive, but it does require you to see your dentist regularly.
On a regular basis.
Yes. Now, there are times when dentistry can get expensive, but I'm telling you, if you're seeing your dentist regularly, that should not be the case.
Right.
Yeah.